tingling with excitement and throbbing with emotion.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Crystal Nettles, and here with me is professional model Jennifer Mariposa. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you so much, Crystal.
Well, you are only 18 years old and already have done so much. What are some of the jobs that you've had? Where have we seen you?
Well, you've actually seen me on Shut Up Magazine. I was doing a tear sheet. I'm modeling a couple dresses. I'm actually modeling a floral dress, jeans, actually those two things. And it's actually kind of cool, the layout, because it's got like one big picture of me wearing the floral dress, and it's actually supposed to encourage girls to go shop at thrift stores and just, you know, save their money and spend wisely, and also, you know, you don't have to go shopping at like big boutiques to get good clothes and to look stylish. You can also go anywhere, like thrift stores, like I said. So that's what the issue was about. I've also been in Paul Mitchell hair show where they did my hair. Actually, it's different. It's been like, that was when I was 17. Also, I've also done Fashion Week, which was really cool. That was like the biggest gig of my life so far.
Oh, very cool. Here in LA?
Yeah.
Oh, who'd you walk for?
Jenna Wad.
Oh, very cool. So if we go to her website, are there any pictures from Fashion Week?
There actually is. Yeah, I'm on a couple of different websites. I'm on ReliveLastNight.com. That was really cool. It was just, I was in the VIP lounge. I still had, you know, the whole get up, and I got a picture taken just sitting there with like, I think I was actually across Cape Perry. I mean, I saw her, but I didn't want to look stalkerish. I didn't want to like go over there and be like, oh my gosh, Cape Perry. So it was just cool seeing her there.
Well, maybe one day you'll get super famous and you'll have your own stalkers and fans coming up to you. You mentioned a little earlier about shopping at thrift stores. Are there any style icons that you have, or where do you shop? How do you look for it?
I shop anywhere actually. It doesn't matter. Ross, you know, Target. It just depends on like what I see.
Target, the best store ever.
Yeah.
So what made you want to get into modeling?
When I was 17 years old, I wanted to be a photographer actually. I was dead set on being a photographer, but I was at a gallery and a photographer discovered me there. I was just looking at her paintings. She comes up to me and she's like, you have a really interesting look. Can I take a photo of you? And I was like, sure, you know, and it was actually pretty funny because the day before, this is a true story too, like my boyfriend Vito had actually told me to try modeling, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it, because he was a former model, and he's like, yeah, you have the look, you know, you could do it. And I'm like, okay, maybe. And so like when she said that, it just kind of started the whole thing.
Oh wow. So is your family pretty supportive of what you do?
Well, they actually were more like, no, you know, stick to photography because at least you can go to college for that. Modeling is more, you know, it's like a risk taker. You're just out there. It's very dangerous. You don't know what you're working with. For the most part, it's all just, you know, it's like almost like throwing caution to the wind and just following your dreams, you know.
Very cool. So you're originally from Florida, correct?
Yeah.
So what made you make the move out to Southern California?
Well, like my boyfriend wanted to be an actor, and to be an actor you have to go to Hollywood. And even though like to be a model you don't have to be in California, you could go to New York, you could go to Miami. I wanted to be supportive, so I decided to go with him.
And how's it been so far? Do you like the California atmosphere? Are you a California girl yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, still. Well, at least the weather's kind of similar, you know. You're not moving from the middle of snow-covered Idaho.
Yeah, that's true.
California. Do you have any acting aspirations?
No, I actually don't.
No, you want to stick to modeling?
Yeah, I'm hoping to get signed soon.
Oh, very good. So all this work that you've been doing, that's all on your own?
Yeah. It's just me freelancing. So most of the time I'm taking buses to get to shows.
Oh wow, which can be pretty hard because LA is pretty spread out. Do you find that's a disadvantage, or?
Sometimes it is, because I'll find myself running through the streets on with high heels, and I'll have like my full makeup on, and I'll just be like, "Where's the address?" You know, and I'm like trying to like look for it. But people are really nice.
Do they recognize you as a model on the street?
Yeah, I think that's why they help me, because either way, like If like I didn't look like a model, they'd probably be like, "What are you doing? You know, like why aren't you in your car?"
So it's like, "Ooh, pretty girl, I want to help."
Exactly.
Yeah. So what has been the best thing about modeling?
The people, actually. The people I meet and like the places I get to see because of it.
Very cool. Are there any bad things? What's the worst thing about being a model?
The worst thing about being a model is, I don't know, I think sometimes maybe the way people perceive you. They think that like you're a ditz or like you don't know anything. And even though like for the most part models tend to know a lot about fashion and beauty, I don't know. I think people are just diverse in general.
I think that is a very common misconception that models are stupid, but modeling is pretty hard work. Are there any other misconceptions about models that are untrue?
Well, some people think that you have to like, I don't know, be like just a stick to be a model. But that's not true. There's different types of modeling. Like there's bikini modeling, there's also swimwear, and that's all, you know, they love curves. Also, like there's different commercial, editorial. Different models can't do different things. Like I have more of an editorial thing, so I can't do commercial. I mean, I can, but people tend to want me to, I don't know, portray more like a Vogue, like I don't know, I guess beauty. Maybe.
So you got kind of an edgier look to you.
Yeah.
Maybe the hair has something to do with it too. I must say, I love your hairstyle. I don't think I'd be able to carry that off quite like you do. Did you have to change anything about you before you started modeling?
Yeah, I actually had to do a lot of exercise. I didn't do exercise before. I was just always active, but I never, you know, wasn't someone to hit the gym. I just had to basically, I don't know, keep tone, keep in shape, keep healthy, but just look very lean and tall. So
modeling is work. It's not just standing there in front of a camera.
No, it's not.
It's got a lot that goes into it. So you do kind of editorial stuff, and you mentioned you were in Fashion Week. You do runway.
Yeah.
Was it hard to learn how to do that runway walk? Because they have definitely like a certain look to them.
Yeah, it was actually pretty hard at first, but I was just so determined. I learned it in one day because I was so nervous. I wanted to get it down right. I wanted it to be perfect. I didn't want to disappoint the designer. I actually looked up on Google for a runway class, and I found Tamea, and she's really sweet. She's a she is Dutch. She's a Dutch model. And she taught me how to walk the runway. And, yeah.
So it's easy. Now, is that something you think you're born with? You had it in you, or could somebody, you know, Joe Schmo, could I learn how to runway walk?
It's all determination, like how much you want to, you know, put into it. It's pretty easy. Like you just have to keep straight, put your shoulders back, lean forward, actually back a little bit, and just have long strides, and you know, always keep your feet like one in front of the other.
And being tall and skinny like you probably doesn't hurt. Very, very cool. Now I know you have your own personal website. Is that true? You want to tell people what it is so they can check you out online?
Well, it's more of a blog, but it's aheartforarts.com.
Very cool. A Heart for Art. So are you really into the arts?
Yeah, I love it. Like it was supposed to be, you know, it was supposed to be dedicated to all the artists out there trying to make it. I was supposed to actually go in my little area and like interview all my friends and be like, hey, why do you want to be an artist, or why do you do this? But I never got time because I started getting gig after gig, so I just started blogging about like, you know, my modeling adventures.
So why do you want to be an artist?
I want to be a model, actually. I love doing it.
That's an art form in itself, right? So it seems like today the arts are kind of getting the shaft in schools and society. Do you think there's something that we as adults could do to kind of foster that creativity and the interest in the arts in young people?
Yeah, don't look down upon it. Don't think that it's just a dream and you're not going to make any money from it, because it's all about perseverance and just going for it. You know, the more you learn about it and the more people support you, the more you're going to look at it like it's you know, a reality and a possibility, and it's not far from, you know, your reach.
So if a young girl or guy is thinking about, hey, I want to be a model, what should they know, and what advice could you give them?
I would tell them, read everything about modeling that you can get your hands on. Also, you know, don't be shy about talking about it. You can use the websites also to help you, but more than likely, you should actually just go to an agency and just ask them yourself.
So agencies, are there any things that they should watch out for? Like I know there's a lot of, especially in Southern California, there's a lot of scams out there that are prying upon the dreams of young people and their parents. What are some things to look out for so that you don't fall victim to that?
Well, mother agencies are good. I was signed with a mother agency. They help you out by telling you what you can improve on, but you don't really need them to be a model. You could just, go straight to agency, just build your portfolio, do TFPs, time for trade, take it to the agency and see what they say. And if you're young, like don't be discouraged, because they actually want you young, because they can teach you and train you more.
So it's good to be younger, just kind of to foster and help you grow, so that when you get a little older, you've already got all that experience.
Exactly, and you don't make mistakes. Like don't ever do anything that you don't feel comfortable with. Always do things that like there's a lot of, like, if you step into a place and it doesn't look professional, more than likely it's probably not going to be professional, and you should probably just go out there and walk away from the situation. But sometimes you make really good friends, by taking a chance. You just have to feel it,
And it's probably good to have friends and family there to support you, so you're not totally doing it on your own. So you're probably a pretty busy girl. Walk me through a typical day.
A typical day is I wake up, I check my Model Mayhem, I check my Facebook, I check my Twitter. I make sure that I respond to everybody, make sure that I see what's going on in casting calls, make sure that I know what's going on there, check a couple other different websites, just make my schedule or what time the buses run, so I can be there on time and not miss anything.
Oh, very cool. So what about outside of modeling? What are you interested in?
Outside of modeling, let's see. I don't know. I actually like people. Making friends, going places. I don't know, discovering what the world has to give.
So have you traveled at all?
Yeah, I'm actually from Canada, Quebec.
Oh, right. So you speak French?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, say something cool in French. I took it in high school and I've forgotten everything, so let me see if I can decipher it.
Okay. Salut, comment ça va? Merci pour venir ici.
Hello, how are you? And then right after that, you totally lost me. What did you say?
I said, thanks for coming.
Oh, well, you're welcome. Thanks for having me here. Very cool. See, that's pretty cool. I wish I knew how to speak another language. Has that helped you at all in life, being multilingual?
It actually has. Sometimes, I don't know, if you speak someone's language, they feel more close to you, and they feel like, oh, hey, she knows, she knows where I come from. So I don't know, it's almost like if you put the effort into it, it's easier to become friends with the person.
Oh, very cool. Well, I want the viewers at home to kind of get to know you a little bit. So we're gonna delve into the inner mind of Jennifer and just see what your interests are. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food, let's see. I like Vietnamese food.
Sounds good. I'm really hungry right now. So any food sounds good to me. Do you have a favorite color?
Yeah, I like blue.
Blue? Well, I'm so glad that we could accommodate you on the set today with all the blue we have. What about movies?
Movies? I like indie movies. I don't really like the big Hollywood blockbuster. I guess that's why I don't want to be an actress, because I feel like they're more real and genuine, and they really show different perspective on people's lives and point of views.
Do you have a favorite TV show? Or I should say, if you could be part of any TV show, what would it be if you could live in the world of the characters?
Well, other than be a participant on America's Next Top Model, or make me a supermodel, I'd pick Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls. Have you ever auditioned for what's it called? America's Next Top Model? No?
No.
Ever had the desire to, or you just don't want to be part of that reality?
I don't want to be part of reality. I think
you seem too normal to be on that show. They probably wouldn't pick you because I don't think you would start a fight.
I'd probably be sitting there just drawing on my notepad or something.
Wouldn't make for good TV.
Yeah.
What about animals? Have a favorite animal?
Favorite animal? No, not really.
No.
I like them all.
Like all animals?
Yeah.
If you could travel to any time period and live in that time period, what would it be?
The 80s.
The 80s?
Yeah.
80s are coming back in style. Do you have a lot of 80s
I do.
clothes?
80s and 60s, 70s.
That was nice. It seems like every store I go into now, it's just overshadowed with bright neon colors. And
I think it's fun. People are like, oh, I hate the 80s. I can't believe they're back. And I'm like, what? This is awesome, you know?
You could probably pull it off, though. There's certain people that can pull off certain looks. I am not one of them, but you could probably pull it off. And I think it's got a lot to do with the way you carry yourself and also your body type. So I think tall, skinny people can get away with a lot more in terms of fashion than everyone else.
I think it's good styling too. Helps to have good stylish friends.
That's true. When you surround yourself with certain people, it just kind of happens.
Yeah.
You know. Do you have a dream job in terms of modeling?
Juicy Couture. I want to be the model for Juicy Couture.
That'd be nice. Be nice and cozy with their little sweat. What are they? The workout?
No,
pants? Is that what they're known for? What do they have?
Well, like in magazines, when you look, the girls are like a lot of makeup and very like fun, very girlish, like pigtails and big bows and just I don't know.
That does sound fun. Do you have a favorite model? Anyone that you look up to?
Agnes Dane. I love her. I like her spunk and I like how she's just herself. You know.
Mm-hmm. And she's got cool hair too.
Yeah, she does. She has cool hair.
And is she from England? Is that where she's from? Or no,
she's actually. It's from a European country, but I'm probably gonna get it wrong. Yeah, I'm not even going to say.
Sorry, Agnes. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Let's see, where do I see myself in 5 years? I see myself signing an agency and traveling the world, and meeting a bunch of designers and models.
What would be your dream agency to be signed with? Or do you have?
IMG.
IMG?
Yeah.
Do they have an office here, or would you have to move all the way to New York for that?
No, I don't know. I think there is one around here.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So you could stay to LA. Do you think you'll be in LA for a while?
Yeah, I hope so. I'm just getting my portfolio together, and then I'm gonna hit them.
Oh, very, very cool. So when you're done with or if you're ever done with modeling, what do you think will be next on your plate?
Probably college.
College? So what would you be studying if you went to school?
I don't know, something to do with the arts. I wouldn't mind being like a gallery curator.
Oh, wow. Do you ever think you'd go into teaching at all in terms of any sort of arts field, or can you teach modeling, or
I mean, I could teach it, but I don't have enough credibility yet.
I don't know. Here, someone will always pay. If you have any sort of skill, there's always somebody willing to pay to learn. What's next for you?
What's next for me? Just like going to the agencies and promoting myself and getting myself out there so they can see that I'm a serious model.
Here, I know it was quite a distance. How did you get here, by the way? Because I know you don't drive.
Well, I actually went to Santa Barbara first, and then I came to LA. But when I was in Destin, I got signed with another agency there, and then I left them and I decided to follow Vito. And what I did though is he stayed in Destin to work and to make sure that rent was going to be covered in California, but I went ahead of him, and I actually made a Craigslist ad without like Vito knowing, because he wouldn't have like the idea, but I was like so dead set on being, on going to LA and actually starting my career before I got too old. I was like, I have to be there, I have to start talking to people, I gotta know how it really works. And somebody responded to the Craigslist ad. It was actually an entertainment lawyer, and his name was Joe, and me and him became very good friends. But when he first came over, and he was like, yeah, I'll take you to California, I need someone to drive with me because I don't like long drives. I was actually going to pay my friend to do it, but he didn't want to do it because he has work. And I was talking to him on the phone, and I was like, oh, well, I'll do it. And this is me being 17 years old, being naive. And he comes over, and I'm like, oh man, then like doubt started setting in. I'm like, oh man, what if like he's a murderer, or he's like a psychopath, and he's gonna like, torture me, how is anyone gonna find me? But I met him in person, and I shook his hand, and I met his dog, and he's got a really nice boxer. And I'm actually gonna, get a boxer dog because I really like those type of dogs.
They're nice.
Yeah, they're very loyal to their master. And he was really sweet, and he was just genuine, just a nice guy. Like, this is something out of a movie, He wasn't crazy. He was just completely normal. He was just, I just don't like driving by myself. And so here I am on the road, and we, we went to New Orleans. He got a nice hotel room and 2 beds, never one bed, and always a gentleman. And I never felt uncomfortable with him. Actually, I still talk to him to this day.
Oh, wow. Well, that's really nice, because sometimes you hear those stories from Craigslist and some of these posts that are on there.
I know, and I was like, I'm not saying that anyone should do this. This is like a crazy one-of-a-time story, and I look back and I'm like, what was I thinking, you know? Because I feel like I'm so much more, I don't know, maybe realistic now, or maybe more informed on like how the world is. So now I'm like, wow, I'm never gonna let my daughter do this. Like, this is crazy. But it worked for me.
It worked out. Well, I think that in general, you know, the past people could just hitchhike, or, you know, across the country, no problem. And now there's so many things that women especially have to look out for, and it's kind of sad that you can't just go on and live your life. It's sad that you have to mistrust, you know, not trust people first. That people have to earn your trust. But unfortunately, that's kind of the world we live in, and I'm sure that happens in modeling as well. We were talking earlier about scams and different things, and how to be careful, and this industry especially can pry on people. Are there certain things you do now? I mean, obviously that worked out for the best, but are there certain things that you do to make sure that you don't get taken advantage of, or nothing bad happens?
Well, what I do is I do my research now, and I contact the person on the phone. I actually meet them before I go to a photo shoot. Also, sometimes I'll bring my boyfriend.
And you mentioned earlier Santa Barbara. So I've never been to Santa Barbara. What is Santa Barbara like?
Oh yes, that's part of the story too. What happened is that I was supposed to go to LA with Joe, but actually he wanted to visit his mom in Santa Barbara, so we ended up going there first, and I fell in love with the town, and I enrolled in SBCC, and I stayed there for a couple of months waiting for Vito to come over. And then once he was there and we, you know, saved up enough money, we went to LA. But yeah, Santa Barbara is beautiful. Any other particular? What did you know?
I've just never been. I've always wanted to go, and never
it's beautiful.
got the chance. So I should definitely. Any recommendations for what I should see? Or
definitely State Street.
State Street.
Yeah, with all their little shops, and it's basically like Main Street, but they call it State Street. And it's just like where everything is. Like, you can walk down the road and see people playing their guitar, see people painting. I don't know, it's very bohemian, very, very natural, very, I don't know.
It sounds very nice. A big difference from the smog and traffic of LA, which you've moved to now. How long have you been in LA?
Oh, I've been in LA for about 3 months now.
Oh, wow. And you like it?
Yeah, I love it. It's a bit different. It's a lot harder to get to know people, but I've realized that, you know, once you put the effort into, you know, getting to know someone, just like in, you know, in any relationship, then you get to find out what, you know, that the person's really cool, and you make a friendship.
Very cool. And you have your boyfriend here too, which is really nice. He's here in the studio with us today. Does he come with you to a lot of things?
Yes, he does. He's my bodyguard.
Very cool. So tell me, I know sometimes they have some TV shows like the Victoria's Secret fashion show where they have some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, I love those.
Is that really how it is? What's it really like backstage?
It depends. It's actually kind of like that. Like, I got lucky because at Fashion Week we had our own TV screen, and we were watching the audience, and we actually saw people filling the seats. And then all of a sudden it went dead, and then when it came back on, everyone was there, and all of a sudden, like, it just set the mood. All the models were like, okay, this is it. You know, we were all excited, and all the girls are really nice too. You know, I got to know them too because we were just, you know, talking and mingling, like, backstage, waiting for, you know, the show to start. And like most of us, you know, we're humans, so like we're nervous, and yeah, we really had to, you know, be in that state of mind to just go out there and do it.
Is it as quick as they, you know, make it seem, those quick changes?
It really is. Like, you know, you're out there, and it feels like for a couple of minutes, and then you're backstage, and quickly, you know, they're like, okay, come over here, you know, drop this, and they're helping you get changed, and then you're out there again.
Oh, wow. Very cool. So are you hoping to do that again?
Yeah, I love runway shows.
How did you get involved in that in the first place without an agency? Like, how were you amazing enough to be spotted and chosen? Oh,
well, I have friends that actually were going to attend Fashion Week, and they told me that there was this designer looking for even more models because a couple models hadn't showed up. And so I went to the casting call, and I met the designer, and I talked to her, and she saw me, and she's like, "Oh, I love your look. Please show up. Like, I want you to, model for me."
Cool. So it's all about the networking.
Yeah.
Never turn down an opportunity to meet someone. So if you were at a fashion shoot and I was the photographer, let's do some looks here, right? Can you work on the spot?
Well, I can. Usually, though, I have my trusted, my trusted team. I have a really good makeup artist named Karen Bates Ashley, and she's really cool.
Did she do your makeup
today?
She did. Oh, well, you look very nice, I must say. So very cool. So when you're doing the runway, what is your state of mind? What are you focused on?
I'm thinking, actually, Victoria's Secret model. I'm thinking, okay, I do this all the time. I get paid to do this. I'm just gonna, this is another day for me.
Have you always been kind of outgoing, or are you more on the shy side?
I'm shy at first, but it's all state of mind. Like, once I'm in front of the camera, I'm a completely different person. Like, when we have the whole set, it just sets the mood. The clothes, the makeup. I don't even feel like myself anymore. I'm like that character. Like, if I'm wearing a fancy dress with ruffles, then I'm a princess, and I'm about to, I don't know, walk down the hall and meet my my little posses or whatever. And I just act out the part.
And my thanks to you guys for watching. My thanks to Jennifer here. And one more time, where can they go to check out your work?
A Heart for Arts, and the 4 is actually just a number 4.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming. We'll see you next time.